our day as parents, sometimes we just have something that isn't working out.
Yes.
There are moments when, where you're trying to get your child up, you're trying to get them ready for school, and it's those little moments that we need so much help with, and this is exactly what Megan's stories do. So you had an example of one of the stories that you wanted to share with us.
I do.
Which one is it?
So this one is called Following Your Teacher's Rules, and it's specifically about raising your hand. And just one thing I wanted to mention, as a therapist, we're only there for like a couple hours a day, and so it's really easy for us to go in and be powerhouses and be like, okay, this is how we do it, and to be on the kids, and to always be reinforcing the right behaviors, and to be providing the correct consequences for the wrong ones. And it's always, okay, and then we leave, and then we hope that everyone else is implementing, these things after we go, because it's, obviously a team effort. And so I'm really hoping that these kinds of stories will help when we leave, still provide that kind of like support and stuff. So
Wonderful
I'm hoping
point.
that this situation is something that maybe would be helpful for like a teacher. And just also the student. So this story is about just a boy named Jack, and he has trouble talking out of turn in class, which is a problem that a lot of students have, not necessarily with autism. But it just talks about the importance of raising your hand. And so it goes through an example. I won't read the whole story to you, but it goes through an example of when you don't raise your hand, what happens, and the consequence that is provided by the teacher afterwards, which is very undesirable. And then it goes through and it demonstrates how raising your hand is more beneficial for not only the student, but the classroom as a whole. And then at the end of the story, there's a little review and reflection where the student can then really make sure that they understand the main points of the story and reflect on why the replacement behavior is more effective in the long run. So that hopefully that behavior continues in the future.
And what's really lovely about this, Megan, is that you're taking the issues that we're all having to deal with that sometimes gum up everything.
Yes.
Because we talk about, I want my child to be, socially savvy and to have friends and all those things and be able to learn effectively, and I want my child's teacher to love him.
Yes.
Well, that's great, and we want to work on all those things, but the truth of the matter is, if the child is constantly raising his hand, the teacher's going to get frustrated because the teacher's a person, and the other children are going to start to get annoyed and go, why do you do that? And it's going to make it harder when they get on the playground for the child to connect, because this missing puzzle piece,
yes,
right? It all
exactly.
comes back together. It's the pieces of the puzzle. So, and the fact that, as you were saying, for parents, when you guys leave, we want to be a part of the whole too. We want to be furthering things, but sometimes we just don't know what to do.
Yes.
And what I love about these stories is they're short. It's not like you're committing an hour of your time.
No, absolutely
It's
not.
short. You can read through it, and then it gives you the talking points to go through. And they're really clever and well written and adorable. Everybody is going to want one of these. I want a set of these books. So Megan, talk to us about how are people going to be able to get a set of these pieces of the puzzle.
Currently, I am working on different publishers, different publications that I can hopefully utilize to help get the stories out there. I would really love for them to be in homes, libraries, public libraries, school libraries, different organizations such as CARD that we can use and implement in therapy, or just that, parents can have even at home when they're having a hard time. Like, okay, Jack, let's go back to the couch, let's sit down, let's read this together, let's go through this, and let's talk about why you need to do it this way versus this way.
Yes.
For all those moments when we're not there, all those moments when, the parent wishes they could call the therapist and be like, oh gosh, Meg, I know we worked on this today, but I'm having a really hard time. So I'd really like it to be published. That way I can have it really being utilized by the people who need it the most, which are the families and the clients.
I think this is a wonderful idea, and I want the series, and I know so many other parents, when we've been talking about this, have been saying how important this is. Again, because it's not just that it is a story about something, but it utilizes the principles of the ABA to get that lesson firmly in the child's head.
Yes.
We've all been in a circumstance where we've asked a child to do something, asked them to do something, asked them to do something, but if they don't really understand the consequences, and if they don't understand, and if we don't understand what's happening beforehand, we're not going to be effective.
Absolutely. And, these stories, one of Carol Gray's biggest points is that each story be tailored directly to the child. And while I absolutely agree, and I think that that's important, I think generalizing these skills is just as important as being specific. And so I think that these stories are a good way to help do that, and to help, students and clients learn how to like generalize these skills and listening and understanding that there are consequences, good consequences, when you do things in a socially appropriate way.
I think this is a remarkable tool. I think you have hit a home run with this.
Thank you.
This is absolutely wonderful. So we can't wait. Keep us posted.
Absolutely.
I'm sure that there's a publisher out there who just can't wait to get these to. I picture them on Amazon.com. That's what I'm visualizing.
Yes.
And we'll keep people posted about when and how you can get them. Pieces of the puzzle. Stories that teach our kids using the principles of ABA.